Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for WLBT Plus. My name is Kara Shirley, your digital news desk host, and it is Tuesday, June the 3rd. It is election day. Yes, general election for the municipals around here. And I hope you've already gotten out to vote. And if you haven't, I hope you do plan on getting out to vote. Remember, polls are open until 7, and you have until 7 o'clock to get in line to vote. So as long as you're in line by 7 p.m., you will get to vote tonight. So we're going to take a look at all of your polling, or a lot of the polling locations and polling information here in just a minute. But first, I do want to thank you if you're watching on our website or through our mobile app. We appreciate you. And if you're watching on any of our social streams, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, any of those, don't forget you can always leave a comment or question, thought, suggestion, anything like that in the comment section of the social stream. And as a matter of fact, if you're watching and if you're in an area that you are having you're voting today, let me know if you have gone out to vote yet, if you've gone and cast your ballot yet, and let me know where you're watching from. So before we jump into the news, let's take a look outside over Ridgeland right now, courtesy of our Renaissance camera. You can see we are hazy in the skies. It's crazy to think, but yeah, the smoke from the wildfires in Canada is actually affecting our skies here. So we got a little bit of smoke in the upper atmosphere, but other than it's not going to be a problem. It shouldn't be cause any issues for anybody. Just hazy in the sky. That's all. We're going to be looking at the forecast in just a little bit. And of course, 2:30 today, our first alert weather team will be here to give you all the updates on your forecast. Let's go ahead and jump into the news. And now the first thing that we have to come tell you about today is a Ridgeland man who has been charged with shooting a woman to death at an apartment complex. He is now out of jail on bond. So, 23-year-old Danquarius Beist was charged in February with a first-degree murder in the death of 21-year-old Autumn Shanks. And this is Danquarius here on the screen, as well as pictures and images of Autumn. So he was released on a $500,000 bond on May the 16th and was granted bond in the Ridgeland Municipal Court. So Shanks was found in a bedroom at the Pine Brook apartment complex. Her family says that she had been a victim of domestic violence. The Madison County District Attorney's Office tells 3 on Your Side that the case is still under investigation. They have sent items to the Mississippi Forensic Lab for testing, and when the results are back, the case will be presented to a Madison County grand jury. But as of this time, he is out on bond. And one person has been arrested in Gluckstadt following an accident and a foot chase. So Redecrius Pinson was taken into custody. He left a maroon Ford F-350 during a chase with officers. He was then taken into custody at the Madison County Detention Center and is facing multiple charges, including felony eluding, resisting arrest, and careless driving. And we do have some new updates, or new details rather, on that deadly mass shooting that happened in Fayette over the weekend. We now know that MBI is taking over the investigation. So here, if you look at the map on your screen, you can see exactly where the shooting happened Saturday night. I was at the Fayette Festival on Main Street, which is near the heart of downtown in the Jefferson County city. So in an exclusive interview with 3 on Your Side, Police Chief LaShawn Miller said that he is shocked and saddened by what happened there. He says around 10:30 Saturday night, someone opened fire in a crowded area, and the festival was part of a celebration for the town's bicentennial. 6 people ranging from the age of 18 to 28 were injured, and 22-year-old Rashad Hudson was killed in the gunfire.
These children now, they just have no regards for other people, for nobody's life. They just doing stuff just I don't even know if they're doing to be doing or to be saying what.
It is a tragic situation for this area. The whole community is hurting behind it, and we are trying to do our best to get some justice for these victims.
So, as of this time, no suspects have been identified. If you have any information on the shooting, state and local leaders are urging you to contact MBI or Crime Stoppers. And Attorney General Lynn Fitch is asking again for the state Supreme Court to set an execution date for Charles Ray Crawford. So he was sentenced to death in 1994 in Tapia County for the rape and murder of 20-year-old junior college student Christy Ray. The sentence was handed down days before Crawford was set to go to trial in another rape case. The Attorney General filed a renewed motion to set his execution date within 30 days, saying that the U.S. Supreme Court had denied a petition to review his case. And she says that Crawford has exhausted all state and federal remedies. We'll continue to follow that and update you as more updates come in to us. And the candidate that was running for Canton mayor, who lost in the runoff, is trying to challenge the city's election results one more time. It is election day in Canton, but she is taking her case to the Supreme Court. So Camelia Walker filed an appeal to the Mississippi Supreme Court after the May 31st ruling in Madison County Circuit Court. So that judge denied and dismissed Walker's petition with prejudice after a 2-day trial. Walker lost to Alderman Tim Taylor in the April 22nd Democratic runoff, and she lost by just 43 votes. So she claimed significant irregularities due to the city's annexation in 2021. Her challenge says that those residents were not added to the statewide election management system for Canton. So they voted by affidavit to participate in the primary. So as it stands right now, here are the candidates that you should be seeing today on the ballot in Canton. We have Democratic Tim Taylor, who is facing Republican Chip Matthews, and independent candidate Walter Peoples. So these are who will be on the ballot in Canton. As far as the challenge goes, we will just have to wait and see what the Supreme Court has to say about that. Looking here in our social stream, Britt, see you. Good afternoon to you as well. And Melba Bruce saying good afternoon. Good afternoon to you too, Miss Melba. Well, of course, as we've said already, today is election day. The polls are open. I'm ready for you to go and choose your next leader. So there's lots of highly contested races happening across the state, and especially here in the city of Jackson. We're getting ready to, we're going to be seeing some new faces inside of City Hall. You'll be voting for two things when you come to the polls today in Jackson. You'll be voting for mayor and your ward's city council representative. So, of course, we do know that there will be a new mayor for the city, but we don't know yet who it will be. So the race is down to Democratic John Horn, Republican Kenny G, Independents Rodney DePriest, Zach Service, and Lily Stewart Robinson. Kim Wade was in that race for Independent, but he did withdraw from the race, and he urged his supporters to vote for DePriest. So along with the mayor of Jackson, you'll also be voting for city council representatives. So Ward 1 Councilman Ashby Foote, Ward 2 Councilwoman Tina Clay, Ward 3 Councilman Kenneth Stokes, and Ward 5 Councilman Vernon Hartley are all facing one or two challengers for their seat. So current Ward 4 Councilman Brian Griselle and Democratic candidate for Ward 6, LaShia Brown Thomas, are both running unopposed. Councilman Aaron Banks and Councilwoman Virgie Lindsay, of course, are not seeking re-election. And again, the polls are open until 7 o'clock tonight. So if you want to look at a sample ballot before you head out to the polls, you can go to the City of Jackson's website. And of course, we're going to be keeping you up to date with the voting numbers as they come in here online and on air at WLBT. And over in Vicksburg, residents over there are also heading to the polls to decide who they want to lead their city for the next 4 years. So there are 3 candidates that are running for the position of mayor in Vicksburg. We have current mayor George Flaggs, who is running as an independent, have Casman Massey, who is also an independent candidate, along with Willis Thompson, who is on the Democratic ticket. So all 3 want to help push the city forward by bringing in new businesses and reducing crime. However, all 3 of them do have different blueprints and visions for the River City.
I want to be able to take the Interpretive Center in the National Military Park, where we tell the whole story about the Civil War in Vicksburg, and we want to be able to connect it to the downtown, to the tourist attraction that comes in off the riverboats, and we want to take the utility poles and everything and put them on the ground. We want to improve Clay Street. We think that is worthy to be improved.
The hot topic right now is just creating opportunities for the city of Vicksburg. You know, I want to see Vicksburg become more business friendly. I want to support local entrepreneurship in the community and help the local economy. You know, crime is a hot topic. We want to be able to effectively fight crime with appropriate staffing force here. And keep the citizens of Vicksburg safe.
Restoring and renovating homes in our community, working to deal with the blight. And so to be able to have the position of mayor and really enact all of the changes that we know we need around here to bring quality of life, to bring safer streets, that's going to be paramount.
So along with voting for mayor, Vicksburg residents are also going to be voting to see who they want to represent them as alderman of Ward 2. And if you are in Pearl, there is an alcohol referendum that is going to be on the ballot. In addition to voting for the mayor and board of alderman races, you can vote whether or not to allow liquor stores to open within the city limits. So it's a simple vote. You vote for or against it. It's very simple. There will be a button fill in for it, and there'll be one for against it. And that's all you have to do. So if you do or do not want to allow liquor stores to open within the city limits of Pearl, make sure you get out and vote. And then over in Ridgeland, there is the tax referendum for the Freedom Ridge Park expansion. So you voted on this already one time over in Ridgeland, but it is back on the ballot again. And this is looking to whether you want to support a new temporary tax to fund improvements at Freedom Ridge Park. So it would impose an additional 2% sales tax on hotel bills and a 1% on restaurant tabs that are within the city limits. The money would be used to build things like regulation baseball and softball fields, pavilions, and multi-use trails, also soccer fields, pickleball courts out there at the expansion. So the tax referendum must get at least 60% voter approval to pass. So we know that there's just a couple of alderman races that are being contested there in Ridgeland. So even if you don't have an alderman to vote for in Ridgeland, you want to make sure you still get out to the polls so that you can vote on this referendum so that it has the opportunity to do what you would want it to do. Do you want it to pass, or do you want to see it not happen? You need to get out there and place your vote if you're in the city of Ridgeland. And coming back to Jackson, but we're looking at statewide and not city here, not voting, not any voting or anything like that, but we're looking at some legislation that is aimed at making changes in Jackson, which is set to become law on the 1st of July. So 5 bills came out of the House Select Committee focused on capital city revitalization, and all of them have been signed into law. So as of July 1st, a permit will be required for panhandling. Encampments will be prohibited. Squatting will be illegal. And new incentives will be available for restoring blighted properties. State Representative Clay Mansell is co-chair of the House Select Committee that came up with these laws. And he says they got support from fellow lawmakers when they explained that the benefits go beyond the city of Jackson.
What we found was as soon as we started talking about these issues, every community reached out across the state from the Delta to the coast, and everybody had these same issues. They may not have been on the same level, but just think about in your neighborhood, if you had one tax forfeited abandoned property, you don't want that next to your house.
So House Speaker Jason White says the committee will continue its work this summer, and he is hopeful that new leadership here in Jackson can lead to improved relations between the city and the state. So again, as of July 1st, these are the things that will be illegal. So encampments will be prohibited. A permit will be required for panhandling. Squatting will be illegal, and there will be new incentives available for restoring blighted properties. So that is very good news for the capital city here. Before we jump into any more news or even to look at the weather, let's hear from our sponsors at Jackson Water.
Hey Jackson, curious about our water system? Join the Jackson Water Academy to get the inside scoop on our water and sewer operations. 3 sessions, 3 months, and a whole lot of hands-on know-how. You'll even get a behind-the-scenes tour of the O.B. Curtis Water Treatment Plant. So if you're ready to dive in, head to jacksonwater.com/water academy or give us a ring at 601-500-5200 to apply. But hurry, spots are going fast.
And again, thanks to Jackson Water for sponsoring WLBT Plus. Let's look at our forecast real quick. Our current temperatures outside, we are sitting in the upper 80s, pretty warm out there. Not as warm as it will be as we get deeper into summer, but it is pretty warm out there right now. Our current radar is looking clear, no rain in the area. And our next 12 hours are looking the same, clear with no chances of rain. However, when we look at the next 7 days, you can see as we get closer to the weekend, the chances of rain increase. But for a more in-depth look at that, you want to be here at 2:30 with our First Alert weather team, and they'll be here and give you a look at the forecast, the chances of rain, the timing of all of it. But at least we know for the rest of this week, we have very low or no chance of rain. Get those grounds dry so people can actually get outside and cut the grass or something. I know where I live, the ground is very squishy. It's very hard to cut the grass there. So some good news coming from the University of Mississippi Medical Center. People with serious burns can now get treatment right here in Jackson at the UMMC. So a ribbon cutting ceremony was held yesterday for the new dedicated Mississippi Burn Center, which has actually been seeing patients since last month. It's one of only a handful of burn centers nationwide to be created in the past 2 decades. The opening comes after the state health department designated UMMC as a state burn center in 2023. The facility offers both acute and long-term care.
It has been a true team effort to get us to this point where we are today, and we're awfully proud and we're excited to be able to offer these services to the state of Mississippi.
The unit features, among other things, a hydrotherapy suite designed to promote healing. God, a burn is absolutely painful. It is. It's probably one of the most painful things that I've had happen to me. I burned my whole palm last year, and even though it doesn't look like it put me out for a while, having my entire hand burned. So it's very nice that we have a burn center here in Mississippi now that can treat those who have just from light to severe burns. I mean, it's a very painful thing. And the Stew Pot Pantry is extending its hours to help support families more during these summer months. So from June 5th through July 31st, Stewpot Food Pantry was be open on Thursday evenings from 4 until 6 p.m. It's now in its third year. This initiative aims to better serve households that are unable to visit during regular hours, as well as families who increase food security while school is out. That is unfortunately a reality in a lot of households around here. So, in addition to the extended hours, the food pantry will continue its daily operations. And to receive groceries, you must live in Hinds County, and you are asked to bring an ID to show that you live here and proof of residence upon arrival. However, no one is turned away due to lack of documentation. So that it's good news for those who may be hearing this, or if you know someone who may be facing food insecurities, especially over the summer months as kids are home, more food gets used, gets eaten than sometimes comes in, unfortunately. So if you think that could help them out, share this and let them know about it. But guys, that is going to be it for WLBT Plus today. Make sure you have our app downloaded and you stay tuned into us, because when those numbers start coming in at 7 o'clock when polls closed, we are going to be updating you in real time on air and online on our website. So make sure you are checking the website, seeing what the voting numbers are. And let me see, it should be up on our page. Let me show you how you can see that on our website. And let me pull this up for you guys. Here you go. So you can't really see it that well, but off to the side right here, it says elections. And if you click on that, it will show you the election numbers and all of the races and everything across the area, not just here in Jackson, but all across our viewing area. If we've called them all, we've called all the circuit clerk offices. If you guys are having a general election today, we will have your information on our website. So I'll be back tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I hope you all have a great day. Make sure you stick around, or you come back rather, for our First Alert weather team. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.